Hello everyone, I welcome you again in computer science class. In my last video, we have completed chapter number 1, that was internet. Children, now your holidays are over. We are going to start with new chapter, that is chapter number 6 from your book, that is cyber ethics. This chapter is related to your first chapter. First chapter we have completed about internet. In that chapter, we have discussed the origin of the internet, what are the advantages, disadvantages of internet, everything. Now, for using that internet in our day-to-day life, as these days internet play a very important role in our life for communication, for shopping, for everything. Internet is very much important. So for using that internet, we need to follow few ethics. Ethics play a very important role in our day-to-day life, like uh, when we talk with someone, we need to maintain manners. Like in the morning, when you wake up, you say good morning to everyone. Before going to the bed, you say good night to everyone. So few ethics are there in our day-to-day life also in the same manner. When we are using internet, we need to follow the same ethics. It means internet usage should be in the correct direction. Don't use internet for the wrong work. Okay, don't use the internet in the bad direction. Internet is given to you for using, for increasing your vocabulary, for increasing your information. If you want to search anything, you can use internet anytime. Okay children, I would like to say that use internet in good direction. Don't use internet in a bad direction. Don't search any bad things in that. Okay, so let's come to this chapter, cyber ethics. Cyber means internet and ethics means some moral values. So for using internet, we need to follow few moral values, and if you are not following that, there is cybercrime. So if you are against the internet, then you have to face the cybercrime too. There are many sections in the cybercrime. This is a we can say that cybercrime is a different aspect. We are not going to enter in that, but if you are following, I would like to say, if you are not following rules and regulation properly in the internet world, then you have to face the cybercrime too. Like, let's take example like WhatsApp, Facebook. You follow your celebrities. What do you do? If you don't like anything about them, you start giving negative comments to them. Okay, okay, that is called trolling. If you troll someone badly, it can harm that person mentally. So it means now you are in that circle of cybercrime, because you are doing mental torturing to anyone. Okay, is that clear to you? So cyber ethics means some morals, some values you need to be follow for using the internet. You have to be in that circle only, in the positive circle of the internet. Don't cross the line. Is that clear children? So let's start what we are going to discuss about in this chapter. Next slide is about topics to be covered. Topics to be covered in this chapter: introduction to cyber ethics, e-commerce, benefits of e-commerce, security requirement in e-commerce. In this chapter many topics are there. In today's video we are going to cover about all these four topics. First, we try to understand what is the meaning of cyber ethics, then how cyber ethics is related to e-commerce. What is e-commerce? E-commerce means online shopping, online selling something. It is related to the online transaction. we can say that. Okay, benefits of e-commerce. What are the benefits of e-commerce? We are doing shopping online, we are paying bills online. What are the advantages of that e-commerce websites, e-commercing in our day-to-day life? We are going to discuss about that. Security requirement in e-commerce. So when we are doing e-commerce in our day-to-day life, we need to follow few rules and we need to take care about many things. So security should be there. So one by one I'm going to tell you about each one of them. Okay, let's start with the first, introduction to the cyber ethics. Children, try to understand these chapters very carefully because these chapters are related to your day-to-day life. Okay, this is not just to understand, or you need to follow only class 10 syllabus. You need to understand for yourself, because in the coming time also everything is based on internet. So side by side many advertisements are there which attracts you. So you need to know about that, whether you should enter in that side or not. There is a thin line between that side, that negative side, and the positive side, because advertisement is made to attract you. Okay, so you have to understand that advertisement is helpful to you or it can be harmful to you. Okay, because many viruses also can enter by clicking on that particular link. Okay, they can ask you your personal details, and that personal details they can use in any way. So you need to be very careful, understand these chapter, try to search more thing about this chapter, and you should be clear about each and every term. So let's start with the very first topic, is introduction to the cyber ethics. Let's move to the next slide. Now, introduction to cyber ethics. Cyber ethics can be defined as study of moral, legal, and social issues involved in the cyber technology. Children, we live in a world at a time which often called information age, where information is freely available from any part of the world. Okay, now if we want to search any kind of information, what we do, we use internet. So basically the internet has revolutionized the world, and people are getting used to having access to whatever information they want anytime, anywhere, and from wider and wider range of computing devices. Children, in this chapter we shall talk about cyber ethics related to commerce also. Cyber ethics are the rules which we need to follow while using the internet. We can say that cyber ethics can be defined. See, if you see the definition on your screen, it is a study of moral, legal, and social issues. And we can say that cyber ethics are basically rules. For what rules? To follow the internet. When we talk about the internet, children, when we are talking about the internet, internet and computer, our first thing come in our mind. What come in our mind, children? Data sharing. What we are doing, children, on the internet, we are sharing the data. For example, in WhatsApp, you have a forwarded messages. What kind of status you like, you just put on the status. If you like a thought, you put on the status. What you are doing, you are sharing your thoughts with the world. So what we are doing, we are doing data sharing. In this process of data sharing, we need to use various applications, various websites, and so many other things along with data. So for sharing data, children, we need to maintain security of the data as well as we need to use various tools, some methods, some principles to protect ourselves from any kind of cyber fraud also. Because when we are sharing our personal data in the world of internet, children, we need to be take care about that data should be secure. Like, again, take one example here, WhatsApp. If you don't want anybody to see your status, to see your thoughts, you change the settings, you block that particular person, you hide that particular person. It means here you are thinking about your privacy, you are thinking about your privacy now. That is why when we are dealing with the internet, children, we need to take care about our privacy also, or any kind of cyber fraud also. Is that clear? Okay, let's move to the next slide. Our next slide is about e-commerce. E-commerce refers to economic activity. E-commerce refers to economic activity. Here it is written commerce activity, it means economic activity. Okay, now in simplest form, e-commerce is buying and selling of products. What we are doing in e-commerce, we are buying something, we are selling something, like for example Flipkart, Amazon. What we are doing, we are buying something from these websites, and OLX is an example where we are selling something. So what we are doing, with the help of the internet, you are enter in the world of the internet, and there you deal with some other person, you buy something, you sell something there. Okay, so e-commerce is buying and selling of goods and services over the internet. But children, these websites, we need to be check whether these websites are fake or original one, because in the e-commerce field, in the internet field, there are many fake websites. There are many fake websites which can easily harm us, or which can easily steal our data. That's why this e-commerce become very difficult sometimes. So whenever we are using such kind of thing, we should be specific about that. Like when we shop something from the e-commerce website, from any Flipkart website, from Amazon website, so there are many options to pay the bill. Like you can pay the bill at the when you get the delivery. Okay, before delivery also, at the time of order you pay the bill. So there are many options: cash on delivery, debit card, credit card, many options are there. So when we are paying bill before the delivery, that time we use our card numbers, your ATM card numbers. So ATM card number is very personal number. So when you fill that form, there are many columns: your name, your address, your phone number, everything is there. So before entering such kind of things, children, you should be clear that that particular website is original one. Your mind should be clear that after entering your these personal information, it should not be used in any other way. Okay, so we need to be stick on some basic principles. Okay, so genuine websites provide us security and privacy to their customers in money transaction. So we can say that everything has 2 points, one negative and one positive. In the same manner, in the e-commerce side, we are having few advantages also and disadvantages also. We need to be just careful. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about benefits of e-commerce. What are the benefits of e-commerce? Then first benefit is reduce cost. Due to the reduced labor, paperwork, reduced errors in keying in data, reduced post cost, e-commerce sites offer lower prices and hence products are cheaper. See, when you go for shopping to the market, there laborers are there who are showing material to you, and they bring the material from the outside, so transportation charges are also there, many other charges are also there. So in the online website, obviously these things, labor, transportation, everything is not there, so that is why you get reduced cost in comparison to the day to day life, in comparison to your market. So benefit of e-commerce is reduced cost. Definitely you will get a material in the lower price. Next is reduced shopping time. Now second point is reduced shopping time for having something, like if you want to shop for your clothes, instead of searching in the market to different shops, uh, check out on the online website, everything is in front of you. If you want to see the look of your dress, many models are there who are wearing that particular dress, you can imagine you also in that dress easily. So when you are going on shopping in the market, there you need to be try by yourself, again and again you need to try the dresses, so wastage of time is there. So e-commerce helps you in shopping, it reduces the shopping time, we can say that. Second is, third is shop from anywhere anytime. E-commerce website provide 24-hour shopping services from anywhere in the world. Moreover, customer gets variety of product ranges. Thus, they can shop with flexibility and efficiency. Now, shop from anywhere anytime means when you go to market, there are limited shops. Okay, but on online website there are many shops, many different materials are there, many varieties are there in comparison to the market. So e-commerce reduce the cost of that particular material, it reduce the your shopping time also, and variety is there. Fourth point is improved customer relationship. Improved communication between trading partners or customers and companies lead to enhanced long-term relationship. How? Like online website provide you exchange policy also. If you don't want to take anything else, they can return you money also. There is no compulsion there. If like you have buy 1,000 rupees dress, and after trying that dress you don't like that dress, so you can easily return that dress, and that online website can return your 1,000 rupees to your account easily. But the same dress if you buy from the market, there your 1,000 rupees get blocked because shopkeeper never returns you, he asks you to take something else. So without your mood, you need to be buy 1,000 rupees material from that particular shop. So there are many disadvantages of shopping from your nearby market in comparison to the online websites. Okay, so but again I'm saying that if something has advantages, that particular thing also have disadvantages too. Let's move to the next slide. In my coming video, I'm going to discuss about the disadvantages of e-commerce also, and we can how we can overcome with these disadvantages to the advantages. Okay. Now our next slide is about security requirement in e-commerce. See children, when we are using internet, we need to be very careful, and we should be We should be very clever while giving our personal detail to anyone. Basically, it is a kind of protection from unauthorized access. Like if you are using Flipkart, Amazon, these are the trustworthy website. There you can use your personal details because there are these are the old websites, and so many years are already passed away when these websites are in the market. So to ensure safe e-commerce, there are certain security provisions in it, and security of e-commerce can be categorized. While doing shopping, while doing internet, while using internet, we need to be categorize something in our mind. First is privacy, integrity, authentication, and non-reputation. These are the 4 points I'm going to discuss one by one. We need to be take care about all these 4 points when we are thinking about the security by using online websites. Okay, so our first is privacy. One of the most obvious e-commerce security basic is privacy, which is ability to ensure that information is accessed and changed only by the authorized party. So whenever we are doing any online activity, children, both buyer and seller should provide correct information to each other, especially from the seller point. Any hidden point should not be there. What is the meaning of hidden point, children? Hidden point means, like, let's take example here, like you are investing your money in LIC policies, in mutual funds. There the whole agreement is in the capital letters, in the bigger font, but some points are in very small letters. We need to be careful about those points because these kind of policies have hidden point. When we claim for that particular policy, that time we come to know that these are the restriction. Okay, so when we are selling something, when we are buying something, that time from the customer end all the information should be clear, and from the seller end also all the points should be clear. It means whole agreement should be clear, like return policy, um, return policy, as well as number of days. In, like, in a week you can return, in 4 days you have to return. So you should be clear before selling and buying something. There should not be any hidden point, like after selling something you say we will not take it back, we will not return your money. We need to be avoid such kind of things. Children, have you ever noticed that when you shop online, that time online companies ask you to enter few details like card number, address, phone numbers, etc. If that online company is advanced, tell all the point in front of you how and when they can use your details, then your mind should be clear what kind of information you should share with them. Like, if they are asking for your card number, if they are asking for your phone number, if they are asking for your address, it should be clear why they are asking to you. Okay, you the I am again saying that from buying and from the seller, and all the points should be clear. Okay, no hidden point should be there. You should know about the company, you should know all the information, where and how that company wants to use all those details, and what is the motive behind to collect such kind of information from you. So online shopping companies ensure us that they will take care of our privacy, they will not allow anybody to misuse these details in any way. So these kind of points should be clear, so we need to maintain our privacy. Okay, now second point is integrity. What is the meaning of integrity, children? Do you know what is the meaning of integrity? Integrity means data should be same. Like if I am sending you if A is sending to something to B, it should be same. Like, let's take one example here. If I'm buying something from Flipkart, one dress, so if they're sending me that dress, I need to be take care about that dress until and unless I'm not sure for buying that dress. Okay, if I'm trying that dress in my body, that time in my mind it should be clear I have to take care about that dress until and unless my mind is clear. If I want to return that dress, I need to be packed that dress in the same manner I got. Okay, so this is called integrity. This is the ability to ensure that information being displayed on the website or being transmitted, received over the cyberspace has not been altered in any way by the unauthorized party. Integrity ensures that data remains as is from the sender to the receiver. Okay, if I saw something on the online website, okay, if I'm buying any bed sheet, it is very good looking in the website, but when it reached to me, that bed sheet is not same. So here also integrity is not maintained. Okay, so integrity means what I am seeing on the online website, it should be same I receive. Okay, so that is called integrity. One more example I would like to share, my personal example, like my the stay in Canada. Okay, she sends us Rakhi. That Rakhi is of silver, Chandi, we can say that. So when she sent from Canada, many stations were there between Canada and Haridwar. Okay, so when it reaches to us, that Rakhi gets changed. It becomes thread Rakhi instead of silver one. It means in between Canada and Haridwar it becomes change. So integrity is change here.